A very good morning to all of you and welcome to this special masterclass on LifeXL Showcase. I'm Dr. Sujit Pardeshi. If I'm clearly audible and visible to you, type hi or good morning in the chat so that I'll come to know that I'm clearly audible and visible. Wonderful. A very good morning to Dr. Yogesh, Dr. Leena, Dr. Manik, Dr. Venugopal. Nice. So, guys, Dr. Maitri, Dr. Deepesh, Dr. Narendra. Wonderful. Okay. So, guys, right in the beginning, I want to tell you something that you people are special. And when I say it, I mean every single word. Simply because imagine on a lazy Sunday morning, okay, and that too, all of a sudden the winter has taken the grip, okay. The temperature has dropped absolutely substantially after that little, short duration of the October heat, and very cold morning. And I'm sure you could have been doing any other thing. If not anything, you could have been still in your bed. You could have been just relaxing, maybe watching some, TV on your, like sitting your sofa, maybe going out, for a day long trip or whatever. But then you have chosen to be here this morning. That actually shows that you are a group of people who are growth hungry, who really want to do something different, something extra, something more in your practices, in your lives, with your hard earned money, in your relationships, the four pillars of your life. And your presence here actually is a wonderful thing. So, congratulations for showing up for yourself. Okay. And I always say this, that it's always a small group of people who keep on doing something different, something extra, something more all the time. And your presence here itself shows that you are part of the 2%. So I really appreciate, admire your presence here. And let me tell you something. Okay. Although it's a showcase webinar of the year-long course called LifeXL. Okay. This is just not going to be a promotional webinar. Okay. I'm actually going to add massive value for all of you. Okay. I'm sure you have seen, my video about the four pillars, and it's actually going to be a very insightful session, something that will at least create awareness, at least help you to introspect, at least give you a direction where you should go. Okay. So there is a massive value that I promised to you this morning. So it's not just going to be a promotional session. Okay. Don't worry about that. I will talk about LifeXL course maybe for 15-20 minutes towards the end. But let me tell you something. Whether, so go through the entire presentation. It's a 90-minute session. Okay. Or 90 or 100 minutes, whatever. I want you to be here till the very last moment. And I'll tell you the reason why. Even if you go through the LifeXL course details, you will be surprised and you will be amazed to find so many powerful things in it. And as I always say, how many ideas you need to change your life? One. You never know which is that slide, which is that bullet point, which is that sentence from today's session that can change the course of your life, your financials, and your practice forever. Okay. I'll tell you something. This morning can potentially change your life forever. And when I say it, I mean it. Trust me. I have seen this happening with thousands and thousands of not just dentists, but even the doctors. Okay. So it's a 90-minute session. Be here till the very last moment. If you have any other work, maybe if you have some other commitment at 9:30, 10, 10:30, whatever, and you will not be able to attend this fully, I want you to leave this webinar right now and attend it maybe at some later time. Okay. If I conduct it again. But always remember, anything which is half learned is actually dangerous. I'm sure you and me have seen enough number of Google patients in our practices, right? You must finish what you start. So if you want to be here for the entire duration of the masterclass. If you want to be here, make sure that you take lots of notes. If you have any questions, you can ask those questions toward the end so that we should not, break the flow or disturb others because of, or answering one question or whatever. Okay. So be here and make sure that you grab a lot. And when you are here, I want you not just to sit and watch this as if you're watching some TV or a video. I want you to participate in this masterclass. What do I mean by participate? Whenever I ask you to put something in the chat, make sure that you do it. Okay. That is called participation. It's not watching or attending. And I'll tell you why participation is important. It's always said that no matter which game you're playing, it's always the players who make the history and not the spectators. So I want you to be the player here. Okay. So if you're going to be the player, if you're going to attend this fully, if you're going to participate absolute full on in this masterclass with high energy, type full on in the chat box. Let me see how many of you are full on here. Wonderful. Dr. Manik says, nice to see you after long years, college days. Yes, same here, Manik. Wonderful. I'm actually so happy to see so many full answer. And let me tell you, I want you to maintain this energy throughout the session. Okay. So just want to know from which city in India or abroad you are attending this masterclass from. Just type your city, or if you're attending from outside India, type your country. So you have people from Mumbai, Pune, Ahmedabad, Nasik, Indore, Nagpur, Kanpur, Vizag, Thane, Bangalore, Solapur. Okay, wonderful. What else? Where else from? Okay, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Jabalpur. Oh, wonderful. So, is it okay if I introduce myself in short to you? Type okay if that is okay, because I'm sure many of you have, like, we have not met. It's always been, on Facebook, Instagram rather than face to face. Thank you so much, guys. So we have people from Guwahati, Mehkar, Mehsana, Hisar. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, this is Dr. Sujit Pardeshi, an international speaker, bestseller author, and someone who has helped more than 6,500 dentists and doctors to take their practices, to grow their practices anywhere between 25% to 1,200%. Yes. Okay. So, it has been a wonderful journey over the past 12 years. I started this in 2012. I've always been an invited speaker in different local branch events, state conferences, national conferences, international conferences, conduct different dental colleges, specialty organizations, conducted a lot of courses, pre-conference courses. On the way, wrote this wonderful book called New Age Dentalpreneur, Develop a Competitive Age and Build a Profitable Dental Practice. First of its kind by Indian dentist or author, forwarded by Dr. Christian Kochman. And when Christian was here for his DSD conference in Mumbai, he had pre-launched the book. And happy to share that the book was launched in the World Dental Show by the hands of then FDI World President from Hong Kong. So it has been a wonderful journey over the past 12, 13 years. On the way, received numerous awards. I've been a very active member. I had, probably, you can say, or I should say rather, I was a very active member in Rotary Internationals, Junior Chamber Internationals, IDA, Indian Dental Association, and quite a few social local organizations, NGOs. So have received this special award called Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award for outstanding contribution and distinguished service to the nation. So it has been a wonderful journey, over the decade and so. But then the journey was not easy. How many of you understood this slide? Type yes in the chat box. See, the world see your success. This is what the world see. But none of us gets success easily. Isn't it? We all have story. Our story. The story of struggle, the story of survival, the story of failure, story of bouncing back, story of sacrifice, story of, grinding and then growing. The world see this, but this is what we all go through. And my story, I'm sure all of you have a story. And my story is no different than yours. It all started in a very small town called Pachora in district Jalgaon in the state of Maharashtra. A very small town of 55,000 population, born and brought up there. This is where I used to live till my 12th standard. A two-room tin shed house, and 11 of us used to live in a joint family. Okay. So it was a very humble beginning. And with all honesty, there was nothing to lose. Okay. Very humble beginning. And I'll tell you something very interesting. Many of you probably might be already knowing that, I have like 7, 8 years back, I have shifted to Pune and have started, my Smile Excel dental clinic in Vimanagar area. And as of now, we have 20 franchises across 13 cities in 6 states. Okay. But I'll tell you something. I'm going to share not this, the latter part of my movie or story. I'm going to share with you today the first half when I was in my town. Because I'll tell you, the world see the skyscraper, the big buildings, right? But all those big buildings are always built on the solid foundation beneath, which the world do not see. And even if I'm going to share my story, trust me, it's not just a storytelling kind of thing. You will actually get so much powerful insight from this real life story. Okay. So, and I'm going to just talk about, my hometown. Those of you who know Pachora in Jalgaon district, a very small place from where it all started for me. So, I'm actually going to share what happened with me and how I dealt with it, where I failed, where I could pull it on, and so on. And you will actually learn a lot. Okay. So, born and brought up in the very small place, okay, a small house. I graduated from Bharati Vidyapit Pune. Although I was one of the gold medalists or one of the toppers during my graduation in Pune University, I had to go back to my hometown and start practicing back. Believe me, I was getting my post-graduation in any and every field I wanted. And I'm talking about 98, 99. Any and every field, right from ortho to community dentistry, I was getting my post-graduation. But the financials at home were such that I had to go back to my hometown and start practicing. Now, you people might be thinking, I still remember, even my, friends, my seniors, my juniors were so upset me not doing post-graduation, going back to my small town, not, staying back in Pune or going to US or whatever. Even my teachers were so upset, they didn't talk to me for 3, 4 months. But I had no other option to go back and start practicing. And that's fine. People said that you are mad. And guess what? I'll tell you something very interesting. It's always the mad people in the world who create history. You see, every single person, irrespective of their field, you go back to history and you see, you will always find that people had some kind of madness. And that's why they made it what they did. Okay? It's only the mad people who create history. And when people say you are mad, I thought I'm on the right track. Okay? I always say that. So I, went back to my hometown and started Smile Dental Clinic on 14th November 99. Okay, so like 5 days from now, I will be completing 26 years to my practicing dentistry. A lot of people think that I don't do dentistry, but let me tell you something very interesting. I do practice dentistry very, very regularly. Okay, like now to in Pune, I have in-house CBCT, in-house laser, in-house prime scan, and whatnot. Bas sirf Serac bachaya bas. Okay. So 26 years already into practice. This clinic, Smile Dental Clinic, is still functioning in my small town. Handed it over to some other dentist when I shifted to Pune. But going back to 14 November 99, I started my practice in my small town. And in these smaller places, small towns or taluka places or smaller district places, the practices clicks very fast. How many of you can relate to this? Type me in the chat box. Okay. When you, start practicing in the small town, The waiting period, the so-called waiting period, is very less. It's like everyone knows everyone kind of scenario, and practices clicks very fast. And exactly same thing happened with me. I still remember when I started practice, I was not even 23 years of age. I started my practice before my 23rd birthday. And within just 3 months, I was doing average like around 20 to 23 patients every single day. And I thought the practice is set, life is sorted. Okay. I was earning money in 4 digits every day. And I'm talking about November, December 99, guys. Okay. And someone who used to live in a teen shade just 5 years back and now started making 1,000 rupees plus a day. Okay. So, and I thought life is sorted. I'll tell you something very interesting. Within just 7 to 8 months, by June 2000, I realized something very interesting, that my practice, like started and then it almost becomes stagnant. That stagnation got confirmed within next 1 year. And the practice was like, something like this. It was just not growing beyond 5-10% here and there. Interesting. 1 month, in those days, instead of metal crown, metal bridge, you'll end up getting a ceramic bridge, a big ceramic bridge, and the practice used to spike like that ECG graph and then again come back to normal. The stagnation lasted for 7 long years. June 2000 to September 2007. The practice was literally like this. I was doing everything right. I was doing patients properly. My clinical skills were very good. Okay. Like the practice was very good. The clinic was very, very decent. In fact, considering at that time, I had installed air conditioner in 99 in my clinic. Okay. But the practice was not just growing, it was stagnant. I went to different conferences, I went to different cities, learned whatever best I could, try to implement it in my small town practice, but the practice was not growing. One thing I knew for sure, that stagnation is not correct. No matter how slow, but we should keep growing. Always remember this. And I always say this. Stagnation is the first phase of decline. You will not go down when you actually starts going down. That is just a matter of time. It's like trying to catch the ball rolling away from you. Anything which doesn't go up eventually has to go down. That's the nature's law. I'll give you a simple example. You go to the tabletop. What's a tabletop? It's a flat land on the top of mountain, right? You go to the tabletop and keep walking. There comes a point where the tabletop ends. What starts after that? It's always the valley. Anything which does not go up eventually has to go down. That's the nature's law. I was worried. I was actually anxious, wanted to grow the practice, tried my everything, but somehow it was just not working. Just want to ask, how many of you want to grow the practice? How many of you are like new practitioners or seasoned established practitioners? Type me in the chat. But facing the heat of stagnation, heat of competition, whatever you call it. Okay. I also wanted to grow my practice. You know what? But the problem was I didn't know how. Nobody taught me how to do that. Till one fine day, I attended a 3-hour seminar on success principles. I still remember September 2007. I attended a 3-hour seminar on success principles. And let me tell you something. One slide that the trainer showed in that seminar changed my life forever. Okay. In fact, he showed 2 slides, but the second slide that he showed changed my life forever. And I'm going to share that slide also with you. That's why right in the beginning, I told you, be here till the very last moment, because you never know which is that slide that point, that sentence, that can change the course of your life. Because it exactly happened in the same way with me in 2007. Okay. Now, before I show you that, I want to ask you a very simple question. And put it in the chat box, guys. What do you think? Why it happens, like we all are dentists, or maybe few doctors here, but our practices are not same. We don't make same kind of, we don't have same number of patients, same types of patients. We don't make same amount of money, same brand recognition, whatever. Why? We have learned the same thing, right? Maybe from different universities, but the curriculum was same. Put it in the chat. What do you think? What's the reason that every dentist do not have the same or similar practice? What do you think? What might be the reason? Come on, put it in the chat. I told you right in the beginning, huh? Don't be the spectator here. Be the player. Because no matter which game we play, it's always the players who make the history. Don't just sit and watch this. Participate. When I say put something in the chat, make sure that you put something in the chat. Okay. So your mindset is different. Your approach towards your practice is different. Your vision is different. Your skill sets. Okay. What else? Think about this, isn't it? The support system, your team, your aim, what do you want to achieve in life is different. Okay, nice. So everything is right. Come on, few more. You know? Because I'll tell you why it is important to participate. As you start thinking here, your mind will start thinking about what you should do to take your practice to whichever level you want. Okay, the action steps, how involved you are, every individual is different. Nice, maybe focusing on only few treatments rather than start, like trying to do everything. Dealing the way you deal with the patients, not able to change the approach and how to change. Nice, good. Don't know how to showcase your work, very good. A lot of people have very good skills, but the point is they're not able to present it properly in front of the patient. As I always say, the presentation of your content is as important as the content itself. It's not just about doing that wonderful root canal with that apical puff, but if you are not able to showcase it properly, you might be doing a wonderful crown, smile designing, FMR, implant, but if you are not able to do it properly, when you do that patient consultation, it's not going to work for you. Upgradation, no time to showcase, nice. Okay. Don't know how to showcase our work, right? So, but let me tell you something very interesting. There is something more specific to it. And this is what I learned in September 2007. The trainer showed 2 slides. One of them was this by Dell Carnegie Institute. And it said that 85% of your financial success is due to your personality, your communication skill, your negotiation skill, your leadership skills. Shockingly, only 15% is due to the technical knowledge. And that's interesting. I saw something like this for the first time. 85% of human financial success comes from all these things. Many of them are never taught to us. Shockingly, only 15%. And this comes from the horse's mouth, Dell Carnegie Institute, right? And he shared the second slide that actually changed my life. And I'll share that. Okay, it's a University of Harvard research actually. Okay. And he asked a simple question that why it happens that in spite of having similar education, people differ in the success. It was a survey done by Harvard. Thousands of people were asked the same question. And when the result of the survey was out, the world was shocked. Now, it just doesn't happen in dentistry. Think about it. All physicians don't have the same practice. All lawyers and chartered accountants don't have the same practice. All MBAs don't have the same package. So irrespective of your business profession, irrespective of your gender, irrespective of your country, this is same. So why it happens? Harvard University conducted this survey. Why it happens that people in the same business profession do not get the same results? And when the result of the survey was out, the world was shocked when Harvard said that the contribution of domain skill in human success is just 12 to 13%. And what contributes to almost 88% is the soft skills and the effectiveness of the soft skills with which you use them. And let me tell you something. I was shocked after seeing this, because the first thing is, I didn't believe this. With all honesty, I didn't agree with this. What are domain skills? Think about it. What are domain skills? Are clinical skills. I am dentist. Dentist is my domain. Okay. So few of you might be like physician, Ayurvedic practitioner, orthopedic, whatever. Dentist is my domain. Now look at this. The Dale Carnegie Institute says that your technical knowledge contributes to 15% of success. Harvard says your domain skill contributes to 12-13% of success. And what contributes to 85, 87, 88% is something which is never taught to us. Because what are soft skills? Soft skills are nothing but your communication skill, your presentation skill, your management skill, your leadership, team building skill, your interpersonal and rapport building skill, your critical thinking, creative thinking, negotiation skill, crisis management, people management skill, objection handling skill, something which is never taught to us. And I was shocked. Boss, I am one of the university toppers in my BDS. How come you say that my clinical skills contribute to only 12-13% of success? I don't agree with this survey. I raised my hand. And there were many in the audience who were on my side. And the trainer said, you have all the right to disagree with this, but I'll tell you something very interesting. The first thing you can do is write a letter to Harvard. In those days, emails were new, okay? Because this is not my survey. But then I can prove that this survey is right. And you ask a question to everyone. And today, this morning, I want to ask the same question to all of you. Try to understand the context of the question. Don't misunderstand it. I want you to recollect your batchmates, okay? And if you think about the top 10 practitioners from your batch, okay? I want you to when I ask the question, I want you to quickly put the answer in the chat box. If you think of the top 10 practitioners from your batch, by majority, say 6, 7, 8 out of 10, by majority, who are more flourished practitioners, the toppers or the backbenchers? Put it in the chat. And we are from different batches, different classes. So I don't know your answer. I know only my answer. Okay? Think about this. And that doesn't mean backbenchers don't have good practice, topper don't have good practice. I'm not judging anything. I'm just asking you. If you think about the top 10 practitioners from your own batch, who are more flourished practitioners by majority? Okay. And now look at this. Almost everybody is saying backbenchers. Yeah, it will always be mixed bag, because even in our class, the toppers also have good practices. Backbenchers also have good practices. I'm saying by majority. You will always find, interestingly, that by majority, the backbenchers. Manik says you are an exception. Yeah, I was topper, but honestly, if you remember, I always used to sit on the last bench. Okay. I was the only topper in our college who used to sit on the last bench. Yeah. Anyway, so you will be surprised to find that by majority, the backbenchers are more flourished practitioners than the toppers. And it just doesn't apply only to dentistry. Please don't take all this personally. I was also a topper. Okay. It just doesn't apply only to dentistry. It applies to every field in the world. If you agree, type agree in the chat box. And now this itself is more than enough to prove that it takes something more along with clinical skills. I'm not saying clinical skills are not important. That's the foundation. अगर मैं डेंटिस्ट ही नहीं बना तो एक्सट्रैक्शन एलए कैसे दूंगा, रूट कैनाल कैसे करूंगा? Dentistry is the foundation. Clinical skills is the foundation. But this itself is more than enough to prove that it takes something more along with clinical skills in order to build a successful career. And what all you need? You need a very, very impactful, powerful communication skill. Because in order to do that successful patient consultation, in order to convince your patient for the treatment, you need to do what I always call not just a powerful consultation, I always say magnetic patient consultation. And unless you have good communication skill, unless you have good presentation skill, unless you have good management skill, unless you have good objection handling skill, price objection handling skill, how can you do the magnetic patient consultation? And look at that. Such a sad thing. All these things are never taught to us. Negotiation skills. How many of you remember that first BDS, plaster of Paris block, type yes? Then the second BDS, that, wax block. Then the third BDS, that block. And then you are blocked. Permanently. Hai mental block, okay. Right? Think about this. You do your graduation, post-graduation. For what? To sharpen your clinical skills even further. Then you go to different conferences, different courses to sharpen your clinical skills even further. Then you go do the hands-on. You buy that wonderful laser, you buy that physio dispenser, you buy that semi-adjustable articulator to sharpen your clinical skills even further. You have that wonderful clinic, good equipment, good setup, nice interior. Monday morning, you get all the equipment, gather everything together, very charged up, go to the clinic to practice. Where is the patient who accepts the treatment? Isn't it? Knowledge or skill without opportunity is zero. No matter how good clinician you are, unless you have a patient who accepts your treatment, you cannot treat them. That's why I always say dentistry is all about 3M. I'm not talking about composite or rubber base. The 3M of dentistry are marketing, management, and professional mastery. It is effective marketing that gives you patients in the waiting room. It is effective management or soft skills which help to convince them for the treatment. And it is effective clinical skills which helps them to retain the patients and grow the practice. It's all about 3M. Our entire life, we have focused only on 1M. Clinical skills. Think about it. How much time, efforts, money you have invested in learning soft skills professionally. Marketing can always be outsourced. Anyways, that's not our domain, right? But soft skills, effective patient consultation, you will have to do. Clinical skills, effective clinical work, you will have to do. You need to constantly work on clinical skills and soft skills. It was September 2007 for me for this realization. And I never looked back. Believe me, in that small town, my practice went up by 10 times within next 5 years. Say from 50,000-60,000 rupees a month to literally 5-6-7 lakh rupees a month. In that same small town. The moment I understood what was the missing link in my practice, stagnation, vagnation, sab gayab. And when we are stagnated, when we are not growing, your mind keep on giving excuses to yourself. Oh, isse better kya hoga? There is so much of competition. There are so many dentists. There is so much inflation. इतनी महंगाई है, लोगों के पास पैसे ही नहीं है. इस साल ज्यादा बारिश हो गई, इस साल कम बारिश हुई. We keep on giving all these excuses. But let me tell you, I always say, I want you to take charge of your life. At the end of it, life is your creation. Not just the practice. Practice is only one pillar of life. I understood that, never looked back after that. And then I thought life is sorted. My practice started growing in September 2007 itself. Like within the next 6 months, my practice was almost tripled actually. And then I thought, just like when I started doing those 25 patients a day, I thought life is sorted. Then again in 2000, by the end of 2007, I thought practice is sorted, life is sorted. But then life always has some other plans for you, right? Life is what happens to you when you're making some other plans. And exactly what happened with me. I understood this, started implementing, very good communication, presentation, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time started, of course, money was coming, but then started making more money, started investing that money, young blood, enthusiasm, started investing that money in stock market. And then I had the shock of my life, the 2008 stock market crash. How many of you know about that subprime crisis? Type me in the chat box. Came that 2008 stock market crash, and it was so bad. It was so bad that it wiped off so many people in the world financially, including this guy. Let me tell you, I was completely bankrupt in Jan 2008. Whatever money I had made, whatever savings I had in the first 9 years of practice, I lost every single thing in Jan 2008 stock market crash. I was not left even with 10,000 rupees. I lost every single hard-earned money in that 2008 stock market crash because I wanted to grow money fast. By the way, how many of you want to grow money? Like me in the chat. It's your hard-earned money, right? How many of you want to grow money? Because I have something very, very powerful for you, okay? Oh, wonderful. All of us, right? But the problem is, just like the soft skills, nobody has taught us how to grow the money. And let me be very honest with you. Doctors are few of the worst financial managers or money managers in the world. How many of you agree? Type agree in the chat box. Why doctors are really bad about finance? Isn't it? Doctors are few of the worst money managers in the world. Because, when you are in the schools and that junior college, you work extremely hard so that you secure that medical admission. Once you go to the college, your entire focus is on becoming a good doctor. No, when you start practicing, your focus is on building practice. Then you get married, you have kids, and by the time you just start breathing, relaxing a bit, you're already around 30, 35. True? Nobody teaches about money. And this is not just in India, by the way. World over, doctors are really bad money managers. Remember this. Okay, world over. So don't take it personally, okay? And I'll tell you the reasons. When I went bankrupt in 2008, I actually started studying the 11th commerce books. I literally learned financials. I learned how to read balance sheets. What is P&L statement? What is cash flow statement? And all those things. And then I realized, I'll tell you something, why doctors are bad money managers. Because there are a few interesting financial mistakes that we all make without realizing that we are making mistakes many times. And what are those mistakes? On one side, we have too many bank accounts, okay? Insurance policies. Nowadays, there is at least a better awareness about financials. But I'll tell you something. When I started LifeXL course in 2017, I have seen participants who had 32 bank accounts, 56 LIC policies. As if you're going to die 56 times and LIC is going to give you 56 times money. Okay? We have too many bank accounts and a lot of your hard-earned money is lying dead in those accounts. You have too many insurance policies. By the way, if I want to ask you how many bank accounts you have, type the number in the chat. Come on, let's learn it, by hands-on, probably. 3, 2, 1, 5, 7. Okay, good. So at least you people are way better, okay? And then how many insurance policies you have? Now, see, few of you don't have insurance policy. That's also dangerous. As if we are never going to die. We are never going to fall sick. Few of you have 4 insurance policies, 9 insurance policies. Guys, one mediclaim, one life insurance, 2 term plans and health. Yeah, that's more than enough. Okay. So then we also have too many loans. Because I'll tell you what, doctors are the biggest soft targets for the banks and NBFCs to give loans. Why? Because doctors never or rarely gets become defaulters and run away to London or Jamaica or Antigua, whatever. So, you get that 10-second loan, 2-click loan. I'm sure all of your emails are flooded with that, right? Doctors have too many insurance policies, too many loans, ad hoc investment. There is no financial planning. There is no investment plan. And most importantly, many of us have too much of real estate exposure, assuming that the real estate prices always go up. And let me tell you something interesting. Even if the real estate prices always go up, if you calculate the long-term return of the real estate, like 10, 20 years return of the real estate, you will be surprised to find that the long-term returns of the real estates are less than the long-term returns of stock market. So on one side, we have too much of this, and on the other side, we have too less or no. What? Financial planning, tax planning, investment planning, retirement planning, and stock market exposure. As I said, nowadays, at least there is a bit more awareness and people are investing more in stock market as compared to before in India. Okay. But these are the common financial mistakes many of us make. Okay. And not just that, I have seen something very, very interesting. Doctors have, 3 very, very interesting myths. When I tell them to learn about financial literacy, they're like, I don't have enough money. I will learn about finance when I will have money. Let me tell you something. It's not like that. It's exactly other way around. It is only when you learn about finance, it is only when you are financially literate, you will have more money. Because the eye-opener here is this. Financial literacy is not at all about money. It's literacy. It's education. So I have seen a lot of people, sir, abhi to practice shuru kiya hai. I don't have enough money. I will learn about finance when I have money. It's only after you learn about finance, you will have more money. And now then there, at the absolute opposite extreme is this, who are very well settled practitioners and there, I have too much money. Mere paas kafi paisa hai. I don't need to learn about finance. This is another group that I have seen. Very common myth which doctors have. Once they are settled, they are like, हाँ मेरे को सब है, मुझे सब पता है, I know it. Dangerous word. Okay. And those of you who think that they have enough money, I don't know if you have heard about inflation. Okay. The average long-term inflation in our country is around like say 6 to 7%. What does it mean? How many of you know the meaning of this sentence? The average long-term inflation is 7%. What does it mean? Type yes or no in the chat box. You don't have to type the meaning. If you know it, type yes. If you don't know it, type no. मतलब इसका मतलब क्या है actually? Okay. Yeah. Good. Few of you are no. Yeah, good. Servant says it right. Okay. What does it mean? It means whatever you can buy today in 100 rupees, next year, because it's going to go up in price, inflation is 7%. So its price will be 107. So you will have to add, or you will need 7 more rupees to buy the same thing, same product or service. That means the same 100 rupee note now needs 7 more rupees to buy the same thing next year. That means the value, the actual value of that 100 rupee note becomes 93 next year. Now think about it. No matter how much money you have, reduce 7% every year from that amount. You will be surprised. Within less than 10 years, your property becomes half in value. So even if you have a land, you have a plot, you have a flat, and say it's a 1 crore rupee property and it becomes 2 crore after 7-8 years, it is same. Because the value, the purchasing power of your money has gone down. It's dangerous. The only way to beat the inflation is to grow the money. The only way to grow the money is investing it right. The only way to invest it right and grow the money multifold, when I say invest it right, it doesn't mean that FD and that NP and PPF investment. That gives you, all of them give you less than 9-10% returns. When I say growing the money, that means multiplying your money by 2 times, 4 times, 10 times, 20 times. That is called wealth creation. And all you need to create wealth is to invest well. All you need to invest well is to know about finance. You need to know financial literacy. You need to know financial planning. You need to know financial security. You need to know art of wealth creation, which is never taught to us. So those of you who really think that I have too much money, you still need to constantly grow your money so that its value is retained. And the third myth people commonly have is, I don't have time. Yaar, mere paas time hi nahi hai. Boss, it's your hard-earned money. I'll tell you what, we all are dentists. We have to work really hard. You have to give lot of toll, lot of stress, strain on your eyes, on your fingers, your neck, your back, day in and day out, for months and years and decades to make that money. So if making money is important, trust me, growing that money is equally important, if not more. You work so hard to make money. Why don't you work smart at least to grow the money? It's very important that you should learn about financials, because I'll tell you something. There is a very interesting cycle of professional. So this is the professional's life cycle, where you have the startup phase, you have a peak earning phase, and you have a cooling off phase. Now consider this cycle as the one-day cricket inning. The startup phase is that power play. If you don't play well in the power play, lose your wickets early, you will not be able to play well in those middle overs. If you don't play well in the middle overs, you will not be able to slog properly in the cooling off phase. Every phase, you need to do proper systematic things in your clinic, on professional front, on financial front, whether it is startup, peak earning, or cooling off phase, so that you can retire well. Otherwise, I'll tell you what, people's honeymoon shifts from Maldives to Mahabaleshwar, and people's retirement shifts from Mercedes to Maruti. How many of you have seen such people around you that who have worked very, very hard, genuine, sincere people throughout their life, but they are living very decent, average retirement life because they don't have enough money? Type me in the chat if you have seen this kind of people. And you know what? The dialogues changes at that time. Your brain doesn't admit that I could not really make it big. Your brain land up saying, "Paisa, paisa kya karna hai? You should not run behind the money. I'm very happy and content in my life." I'm not saying you should not be happy and content, but I'll tell you what, there is something called as and life. You can be rich and happy. You can have a successful big practice and a wonderful work-life balance. You can have a lot of money and peace of mind. All you need to do is to know how to do it. All you need to know is to know how to do it. Okay. So you need to understand all these small things. I promised you in the beginning, be with me till the very end. Even if it's a LifeXL promotional session, preview webinar, still I'll just talk about LifeXL for 15-20 minutes. I'm actually going to add a lot of value for you in this masterclass. Okay. So if you think it is fit for you, you jump into the LifeXL curriculum. But otherwise also, stay with me till the end, go through the entire thing, and then take your wise decision. At the end of it, it's your life and it's your creation. Okay. I'll show you something very powerful. Whatever financial goals you want to achieve, suppose you start at the age of 25, at the age of 30, 35, 40, 45. What did you understand from this graph? Put it in the chat box. Come on. Everyone understood something, right? I want everybody's answer here. Come on. What did you understand from this? Put it in the chat. End is same. Okay. So all of us need to achieve our financial goals. Yes. End is same. Financial goals achieving becomes steeper. Oh, wonderful. Doesn't matter at what age your financial, doesn't matter what age you are, your financial goals needs to be the same. No, it's not like that. I'll talk about it. Okay. Maitreyi has got it right. Priyanka has got it right. Something very interesting. Guys, whatever financial goals you want to achieve, I'll give you a simple example. Okay. You start practicing, you get married, you have spouse, you have whatever financial goals, like, your kids' education, their settlement, their marriages, your like world tour, bucket list, retirement planning, whatever. All these are our financial goals, right? Like I'm talking about the vague, basic financial goals. If you start financial planning and investing early, it is easier. The late you start, the more difficult it becomes. And it becomes steeper. And you know what? People land up, or people have to take more risky decisions when it comes to investment. In order to grow the money, people land up taking more risk than normal. People land up taking more risk than normal, and they in fact start losing the money rather than growing the money. Type true if you have seen such kind of people around you. क्योंकि प्रेशर आता है, अरे यार 3 साल में बच्चे की शादी करना है, 2 साल बाद बच्चे का एडमिशन है, बच्चा 11th में चला गया, उतने तो पैसे है नहीं, I don't have enough money. And then you land up taking more risk with investment, and instead of growing the money, you land up losing the money. The late you start, the more difficult it becomes. So at whatever age you are today, start learning about finances now. I understood that very hard way. I told you, in 2008, I went completely bankrupt. By 2012, I understood, I studied, I restarted investing. I became financially free once again. And I thought the life is sorted. Once again. Okay. I thought the life is sorted. I told you, when I started practicing, I was doing like 23, 24 patients every day. Just in 3 months of my practice, I thought life is sorted. When the stagnation phase went, my practice started going up 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times. I thought life was sorted. And this happened. I understood financials, learned financials very hard, started reinvesting again in different assets, became financially free once again in 2012. By that time, my practice also went up 10 times. I thought life is sorted. Guess what? Something very interesting. When your practice goes full on, I saw that recovery, but something interesting happened. One of the worst thing about professionals is this. When your practice is not clicking, it's a problem. But you know what? The bigger problem is when your practice becomes successful. Because success for professionals comes at the cost of more time, more efforts, more hard work. Type true if that is true. You have more patients, you are making more money, but the problem is now you are putting more time in the clinic. You have to work harder as compared to before. The success to professionals doesn't come easily. It comes with more involvement in the practice. And that more involvement in the practice disturbs that work-life balance, your family life, your personal self. That stress, those छोटे-छोटे झगड़े. You don't give time to us, you don't give time to family. And then you have that BP, that diabetes, and all those things. That wonderful tablet wala breakfast. How many of you want to spend more time with the family? Type me in the chat box. Type me in the chat. How many of you really want to spend, whatever time you spend, you still want to spend more time with the family? Good. The problem is, where is the time? Where is the time? Because success makes you more busy. And busier you are, the less time you will have for yourself. You don't reduce your time of clinic, the number of hours you work. What you do is, you reduce your family time. You reduce your personal me time, exercise time, meditation time. And friends, no wonder doctors are few of the most stressed people in the society. I don't know if you know this. The average lifespan of an Indian healthcare professional is 5 years less than the average lifespan of Indian citizen. Can you believe it? It's such a sad story, isn't it? People who help others to live longer, they themselves live less. Instead of living profession, people leave profession. Moreover, we have those unreasonable expectations from our patients, our team, our family members, society. That keeps on adding to our stress. And there comes a point when you start thinking that I'm doing a thankless job. Even after 10, 15, 20 years of practicing, people bargain for 10, 100, 200, 500,000 rupees with you. You feel sad, you feel frustrated. And you're like, "Kya, kyun kar raha hu? Why I'm doing this?" We are at a crossroad where you don't feel like doing it anymore. And you start getting that Monday morning blues. You start having that mid-age crisis and whatnot. Midlife crisis. Not correct, right? There is something you need to work on. Trust me. There is something you need to work on. And I told you, I'm going to share what I went through in my early career. Unfortunately, there was nobody to guide me at that time. I started practicing. Something was missing, the soft skill element. My practice was stagnant for 7 years. I made money, saved money, invested money with wrong advices, wrong assets, wrong time, maybe. Lost everything, went bankrupt. Learned about finance, learned about practice growth, practice went 10 times, became financially free, but became so busy that my kids started saying, "You don't give time to us." I have gone through all this. I told you, I'll tell you about the first part of my life, like the professional life. Because now whatever you see is a successful phase. At that time also, I was successful. I had those 25 patients right from the age of 23, 24. I was financially free. I had a lot of patients, but the problem is, I'll tell you what, life is not just about having more patients. Life is not just about having more money. There are 4 pillars of life. There are 4 pillars of life. Whether it's a table, whether it's your car, whether it is your room, if you really want to keep it balanced, you need to ensure that all these 4 pillars are equal, stable, and strong. The 4 pillars of life are these: your personal self, you yourself. You should be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, economically, socially strong. Your professional self, your practice is another pillar. Your practice should be successful. You should be making enough money, doing enough number of patients. And then comes the third pillar. As you make money, as you save your hard-earned money, you should learn to grow your money. Not by 2, 3, 5, 10%. 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 times. There is so much of power in learning. That's why it said knowledge is power. You can literally grow your money by 100 times in 20 years. And then the fourth important pillar is your relationships. Your relationship with yourself, relationship with your parents, relationship with your spouse, your kids, the society, your siblings, and whatnot. Guys, we need to learn these four pillars. And this is time for you to upgrade. As you know, I'm sure all of you know this. In fact, before sharing this, I'll share something very, very interesting with you. A real, case study in the world. There was an Oxford University student, and he was doing a thesis. He was analyzing the top 500 companies in the world, Fortune 500 companies. And he found something very interesting, that the world is changing so fast, but there are more than 300 companies which are in the list of Fortune 500 for years and decades. इतना competition है, ये है, वो है. Still, there are so many companies which are in the list of Fortune 500 for years and decades. How? Why they are successful? What's their secret of success? What's their formula? So he wrote an email to the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies asking them one question. That tell me one thing which is keeping you in the list of Fortune 500 for years and decades. Now the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, very busy people, why they should reply to such unknown email? But to his surprise, he received 83 replies out of 500. And you know what? 79 out of 83 were on the similar lines. And that was continuous upgradation in their own field was the secret of being one step ahead than their competitors. Continuous upgradation in their own field was the secret of being one step ahead than the competitors. Friends, keep on upgrading yourself all the time. The moment you upgrade yourself, you will see that it saves your time. It saves your efforts. You move from hard work to smart work. It gives you more or better quality. I'm sure all of you will agree. If you agree, type agree in the chat box. That when you moved from hand root canal H file, K file to ProTaper, then to rotary endodontics, your work quality became better. When you move from conventional X-ray to digital X-ray, your work quality became better. When you move from impressions to scanners, your work quality became better. Upgradation saves time, saves effort, gives you better results. Gone are those days when there was a crow and once he was thirsty. The modern crow has become smart. It's time for you to become smart. As Robin Sharma also says, in order to double your income and success, triple your investment in what? Personal development and professional mastery. What is personal development? Soft skills. What is professional mastery? Clinical skills. Friends, keep on growing. Keep on upgrading yourself all the time. Keep on investing in yourself all the time. Guys, I understood this in 2014. In the last 10, 11 years, I'll tell you something. This small town dentist has invested more than 80, 85 lakh rupees in upgradation, whether in the clinical equipment, whether in clinical courses, whether in personal development courses, management courses, learning about marketing, learning about finances. And I'm really like, whatever comes to your mind after listening to this, like 85 lakh rupees, just type whatever comes to your mind in the chat box. And I'm really happy to share with you that I have really attended best of the best people in the world. I've learned from all of them because there was no single person in my field who could teach me all this. I have attended Tony Robbins, I have attended Robert Kiyosaki, T. Harv Eker, Robert Riopen, Mac Attram, Blair Singer, apart from the best of the trainers and coaches in our country. And every single time I learned it, it just took me to the next level of success, next level of achievement. Interestingly, whenever I put that money, I did not have that money. I didn't have that money. Or I didn't have time. I was like, yaar, next year kar lenge, baad mein kar lenge. Every single time I had to swipe that credit card for, say, 60,000 rupees, 2.5 lakh rupees, 3.25 lakh rupees, 8.6 lakh rupees. Either I didn't have money or I didn't have time. Till one fine day, one of my mentors said this. In order to, you need to invest the time and money which you don't have today in order to reach where you want to reach tomorrow. And that changed my life. You need to invest the time and money which you do not have today in order to reach where you want to reach. Friends, I want all of you to start your wonderful journey of upgradation right from now. Constantly work on all these 4 pillars: your personal self, your practice growth, your financial growth, and your relationship growth. Unfortunately, there was no single mentor, no single course, no single country, no single city could teach me all this. I really had to go places all over the world to learn all this. And I have compiled this entire journey in a very beautiful journey called LifeXL. I do not call LifeXL a course. Trust me, it's not a course to attend. It's a way of life you should live. And that's why I call LifeXL the life transforming journey. I told you, be here till the very end. Even when I described, the content of LifeXL, whether to jump into LifeXL or not, it's your decision, it's your life. But I want you to be here till the end, go through the entire thing, and you will understand there is so much to learn. Unfortunately, all these things are never taught to us in our schools and colleges. Okay? So before I just go about LifeXL, I just want to share a very pure, very authentic, feedback from one of the recent LifeXLite, actually, Dr. Ashwini.
Hi, sir. So, from my college days till now, even now, I hear so many negative things about dentistry. And people like, क्या करेंगे यार, क्यों कर लिया dentistry? Even staff used to say the same thing कि कुछ और पढ़ लेते. तो but in my deep in my heart, I always knew कि dentistry में बहुत potential है. It's just that I do not know what to do. What are the right things? मुझे वो नहीं आता है. और एंड आई ऑल्सो फेल्ट कि मेरे पास ऐसा कोई मेंटर होता जो मुझे सिखाता कि क्या क्या करना है. एंड ऐसे मैं बहुत साल मैंने सोचा सर, लाइक 6-7 साल मैंने सोचा. एंड फिर लगा कि शायद ऐसा कोई नहीं है. जब मैंने सोचा कि शायद ऐसा कोई नहीं है, तो एक दिन मेरे फ्रेंड ने मुझे एक रजिस्ट्रेशन का लिंक भेजा. एंड इट वॉज योर लिंक सर. यू आर डूइंग अ फ्री वेबिनार एट 9 o'clock on a Thursday night. And I'm like, who is this sir? And she was like, you don't know Dr. Sujit Pardeshi, he's this that. And I'm like, अरे इतने सीनियर है और ये फ्री में लेक्चर क्यों दे रहे हैं? तो मैंने सोचा चलो अब इतने सीनियर है तो मैं सुन लेती हूँ कि इफ ही इज सो मच इंटरेस्टेड देन व्हाई शुड आई नॉट अटेंड हिज लेक्चर. एंड जो आपने बोला ना सर, आई वॉज लाइक आई हैड गूस बम्स ऑल ओवर माई बॉडी. एंड आई लाइक जिसको मैंने ढूंढा अब जाके मिले मुझे. सो आपका जो कोर्स था सर, मैंने जस्ट एक शॉट में एवरी वेबिनार आई हैव अटेंडेड, आई हैव जस्ट जंप्ड इनटू दैट कोर्स blindly. And now I can say I do not regret a bit of it. I'm very very happy that I took that decision. and जो चीज़ें मैं शायद पता नहीं कितने सालों में इम्प्लीमेंट करती हूँ, मैंने 1 साल में ही कर लिया है. आई मीन देयर आर लॉट मोर बिकॉज इट्स अ ओशन. बट एवरी मंथ आई कीप सिटिंग एंड थिंकिंग कि इस महीने में क्या करूँ, इस हफ्ते में मैं क्या करूँ. सो एवरी मंथ आई हैव अ एजेंडा. एंड समहाउ whenever I think कि मुझे ये लेना है, मुझे वो करना है, somehow I get that money from somewhere it comes. एंड जैसे मैंने एक ही साल में इतना सारा रजिस्ट्रेशन किया, somehow I got that money also to pay for all the courses. And then it was like, magic started to happen. So As you said, it's just the beginning. I'm
Yes, it
here
is
to
okay.
fine tune myself more and more with every session. एंड ऐसा कभी भी होता है कि यार इतनी मेहनत कर ली, क्यों मुझे कोई रिजल्ट नहीं दिख रहा है, कभी कभी ऐसा हो जाता है। तो मैं आपका कोई भी कोर्स अटेंड कर लेती हूँ, लाइक ICM हो गया, C3 हो गया, कहीं भी आप मिल जाते हैं तो लाइक आई कम बैक टू माई फॉर्म, लाइक रीसेट हो जाता है हर बार। सो आई एम वेरी ग्लैड दैट आई एम हियर सर, एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली द कम्युनिटी, इट्स एन अमेजिंग कम्युनिटी। इतना जो पावर है ना, लाइक एवरीबडी सो एंथु टू डू सो मेनी थिंग्स, वो ना कहीं ना कहीं ट्रांसफर हो जाता है हमें भी, इट्स लाइक वेरी इन्फेक्शियस। सो आई एम लाइक यार मैं मुझे भी कुछ करना है। सो आई एम रियली हैप्पी, एंड ऑल द सुपर लीडर्स, आई थिंक दे आर द मोस्ट सेल्फलेस पीपल आई हैव सीन। मुझे लगता था कि सिर्फ जो इंसान बहुत स्पिरिचुअल है, लाइक आई फॉलो अ गुरु, सो व्हेन आई टू गो टू हिज आश्रम, आई लाइक ओनली आश्रम में हो सकता है, दूसरे जगह तो ऐसा कोई होगा ही नहीं। बट व्हेन आई केम हियर आई फाउंड सिमिलर थिंग्स। पीपल आर सो सेल्फलेस, दे आर सो रेडी टू हेल्प, and yeah, I'm very happy to be here. I mean, so many more things, but I think I'll stop here.
Powerful, isn't it? So, I'll talk about LifeXL. I'll talk about leaders, super leaders. What an amazing community that we have built, actually. Okay, so let me just quickly go ahead and tell you
Yes, sir.
about one by one. And I'm also going to give you a very special webinar, special offer, so that you can jump in. So I'll just first go through the entire LifeXL, what all is there, what are the dates, and let me tell you something I conduct. So in LifeXL, there are basically 4 modules on these 4 pillars of life. Like there is something on personal self, that is personal excel, wealth excel, practice excel, and family excel. So these are the 4 pillars of life. Okay, these 4 modules, and I, because of the time constraint, I conduct all this only once in a year. Okay, so personal Excel happens only once in a year, wealth Excel happens only once in a year, family Excel and practice Excel also happens only once in a year. So let me just quickly go ahead and tell you about personal Excel. So it's a 3-day course, one Saturday, Sunday, and one Sunday. Okay, one weekend and one Sunday. So November is one weekend and December is a Sunday, right? So in 2025, the dates are this. I want you to quickly just take a screenshot or photo of this. So the personal Excel in 2025 is happening on 29th and 30th of November and 21st of December. Okay, so let me just go ahead and tell you about what exactly we cover in personal Excel. I'll tell you with all honesty, you may not even actually understand the depth of few things which I'm telling you at this moment, because probably this is the first time you are listening to something like this. But I always call, like, people normally join Life Excel for practice Excel or wealth Excel, but the real transformation happens in personal Excel and family Excel. Okay, so I always call personal Excel as the best creation of my life. So when it comes to personal Excel, I work on your conscious mind, subconscious mind, and your cellular level. So what are the topics that I work on? That I cover to work on your conscious mind: taking charge of yourself, managing your time effectively, setting the goals properly, having the right mindset, doing the SWOT analysis, the analysis of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And you do it in the course itself. And how to set priorities in the right way. What is the right way to set the priorities? Then, when it comes to subconscious mind, I work on your mental blueprint. See, all of us, have our belief systems, actually. Like, uh, you know, like for example, you have to work very hard to make money. Now, if you are someone who grow with this mindset, like you have heard this from your parents or someone in the childhood, when you start when you start making money, when you grow up, your approach is you need to work hard to get money, and you start working hard. You never think how to work smart. You never think that money can be earned in a smarter way as well. So these are our belief system, these are our mental patterns which are formed. Like, life is not fair. You cannot have money and happiness both. So these are the mental patterns. Trust me, you need to identify those patterns and break the negative patterns. It's a very powerful exercise, and we do it. So I work on your self belief, enhancing your self belief, importance of habit formation, importance of creating your wish list, and how to achieve your wish list, and how to use creative visualization as a very powerful technique to achieve whatever you want. Then Personal Excel also works at your cellular level. Okay, I cover topics on law of attraction, discovering yourself, working on your self image, how to use affirmations to grow yourself, how to use being grateful technique to grow, and how to manifest anything and everything you want in life. And trust me, guys, you may, as I told you, few topics, you may not understand the depth or importance at this moment, but it is something which will really take your life, your journey to the next level. There will come a time and you're like, yeah, I want to make 5 lakh rupees in my practice. हाँ ठीक है हो जाएगा. I want to make 10 lakh rupees in my, हाँ ठीक है हो जाएगा. I want to grow my money by 2 times. हाँ ठीक है हो जाएगा. So it becomes so powerful, so powerful. So personal Excel, and extremely, and as I told you, I always call personal Excel as the best creation of my life. Actually, okay. Listen to one of the architect who attended personal Excel.
Would not. I would like to emphasize again, which I also told in Wealth Excel, that the sequence in which this whole Life Excel course has been placed, like personal Excel being the first, that is something which is really important, and that was the least I actually looked forward to when I had seen the courses, and I had always thought the Wealth Excel is the most important, which I'll gain the maximum from. But today, when I look back, I think if it was not for personal Excel, I wouldn't have been anywhere after the pandemic. So thank you so much for that.
Okay, so very powerful, and the course value of personal Excel is 45,000 plus GST. Okay, and I promise you that I'm going to give you a very good offer to jump into personal Excel, or like all the Life Excel curriculum. So let me just go ahead and talk about Wealth Excel. So Wealth Excel is a 4 days program, 2 weekends, and Wealth Excel happens only once in a year. One Saturday Sunday in February, one Saturday Sunday in March. So these are the dates of Wealth Excel 2026. Okay, just note down the dates. So these are the dates of Wealth Excel 2026. Okay, and the course is designed in a very nice way. The personal Excel happens in November, December. That means you keep on working, you start working on yourself, you keep on really doing it in a very different way as the new year, the Jan starts, right? The Wealth Excel happens before the new financial year starts, April. So that's why we conduct Wealth Excel in February and March, so that you can do your financial planning, you can do your tax planning, investment planning properly. So very powerful. And when I share what we cover in Wealth Excel, it will blow your mind. Okay, so just have a look at this. We talk about, again, just like we have the mental blueprint with regards to life or person, we also have the mental blueprint about money. पैसा पेड़ पे नहीं उगता, जितनी चद्दर उतने ही पैर फैलाओ. I'm sure all of you have heard all these things. Okay, so money is actually a mind game. You need to understand the mental blueprints. You need to break those mental patterns, recreate the new patterns, rewire your mind. Okay, you will identify your own money personality in Wealth Excel. You will identify your risk assessment, whether you're a high risk person, low risk person, medium risk person, and what you need to do if you're a high risk person, medium, what kind of investments you need to do. Everything you will understand in those 4 days itself. Then you will learn about the basic financial literacy, assets, liabilities, in detail about professionals' life cycle, financial mistakes, financial traps. What are different financial traps? The financial banks and institutes are बस बैठे ही अपने को ट्रैप करने के लिए. Okay, what are good loans which you must take, and what are bad loans which you must avoid? Lot of people, because of lack of awareness, lack of financial literacy, land up taking the bad loan and they don't take the good loans. Okay, what are the important ratios in your balance sheet you should know? What is financial planning? How to do financial planning? Very important. What is financial pyramid, and how to create your own financial pyramid? How to create that foundation properly? Then the next thing is financial security. You should have cash. But the problem is your cash goes down in value by 7% every year, I told you. So how much cash you should have? Why you should not have too much cash? But if not too much, then how much is enough? Okay. Then what are different insurances that you must have in your practice? Okay, in your life. How to repay your loans faster even if your income remains same. Can you believe that? How to repay your loans faster even if your income remains same. Guys, I'll tell you, each session has the capacity to recover your course fees completely. You just need that one tip and you save lakhs and literally millions of rupees actually. What is the importance of credit scores? What are the cardinal rules of money? How to do retirement planning properly? A lot of people underestimate this. The medical expenses are increasing, the inflation is increasing, everything is going very expensive. We people think that whatever money I have is enough for retirement. No. You will actually calculate how much money you need for retirement, and then you will actually plan in the course itself how to grow, how to make that money. You will learn how to do proper financial goal setting. What are your different financial enemies, and what is the importance of making a will document? You will learn everything. Not just that, when it comes to growing your money, look at that. I cover everything. What are different stages of wealth creation? What are different mutual funds? Like there are 2-3 thousand mutual funds in India. How to identify those 5 mutual funds where you should invest? One thing, and you save and grow lakhs and lakhs of rupees actually. Investing and trading in stock market, what you should do, what you should not. Very powerful. What are different types of incomes? Okay, whether you should put money in FD, PPF and all those things or not. Okay, I'll talk about everything. Whatever questions you have, you please ask in the end. Okay, how to identify the right opportunity in the real estate, which real estate you should invest and which real estate you should avoid, how to manage your money, how to manage your wealth, principles of money management, principles of wealth management, how to inculcate that financial discipline in yourself, how to, and if you should invest in commodities, the gold, silver, agro commodities, non agro commodities, what are the secrets of wealth creation? What is the ultimate money making secret? What are different investment cycles you should know? What are the cardinal rules of investment? And what is the golden rule of money? Guys, look at this curriculum. LifeXL is so powerful. And even if you don't know anything about money, you will be amazed to see the kind of simplicity with which I conduct it. And don't think that I will learn LifeXL, well, I will have money. It's other way around. When you learn financial literacy, you will have money. In fact, there is one certified financial planner who had attended LifeXL. And look what he said. Certified financial planner.
Rich and happy greetings, friends. I'm Ashish Bhave, money and life freedom coach from Pune. I help people to earn money, grow money, and use money in right way. So I'm a money specialist. I'm in this field since from 2005. Last year, I attended Dr. Sujit Pardeshi's LifeXL. And really to tell you, even if after this many years in the field, I really enjoyed that 3 days. Why? Because finance made simple, wealth made simple. I assure you that if you attend LifeXL, most of your financial worries, financial problems will go away like poof. And it is also made simple for you, made simple to understand, made simple to taking action as well as to get benefits. You know that simple things are most difficult things in this world. There are many things which will get complicated, and most of the time finance is always considered as a complex thing. However, LifeXL will make it simple for you. And it is about all things. It is about savings, it is about investing, it is about taking right action about your cash flows, it is about your savings account, insurance, all that things. Everything which you are think of, or I will say, even the things which you are not aware of, you will get aware in this LifeXL. So I highly recommend you all to attend this LifeXL to start a new beautiful experience about wealth, about money in your life.
Okay, and I still remember Ashish Bhave sir said that I'm in the field of finance, but I have never seen anybody in my own field, the financial experts, talking about money with such simplicity. Okay, so the LifeXL course value is 45,000 plus GST, and the next is Practice Excel. Again, an absolute 4 days in-depth program, 2 weekends on A to Z about practice growth and practice management. So the dates of Practice Excel are these: 23rd, 24th May, and 20th and 21st of June 2026. Okay, and what all we cover in Practice Excel? Let me just quickly go ahead and tell you about Practice Excel. Okay, so I talk about the soul of your practice, which is mission statement, vision statement, and doing the SWOT analysis of your practice. Friends, I'll tell you what, you know, if making money is the only reason why you go to work, once you make money, you will get bored. Okay, so there is something very important that you need to know: your why. So, how to design your mission statement, how to design your vision statement, what is the power of doing SWOT analysis of your practice? When it comes to image of your practice, what is how to do powerful branding of your practice? What are different ways of online marketing? What are different ways of offline marketing? I cover everything. Then all soft skills: communication skill, presentation skill, management, leadership, team building, negotiation, delegation skills, everything in detail. Friends, in fact, as I told you, every single topic can recover your course fees completely. I still remember when I conducted a negotiation skill session, one of our participants who was at that time was about to buy the place for the clinic. He could actually save 22 lakh rupees just by using the same techniques that I talk in negotiation. Okay, so every topic can recover your course fees like anything. Then you will also learn art of networking, how to handle patient objections, how to handle price objections, how to use different pricing strategies to grow your practice. Okay, the icing on cake will be how to develop a competition proof practice, what is conceptual selling, how to use conceptual selling to grow your practice, what is gender intelligence, how to use the principles of gender intelligence to grow to your practice, what is the difference between your satisfied patients and loyal patients. I'm sure you will agree that every satisfied patient is not your loyal patient. So, how to convert satisfied patients into loyal patients, how to use technology to grow your practice, how to use accessories to grow your practice. Look at this, an absolute mind blowing curriculum, okay, about practice growth. And listen to this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kiran Raju from Srinivasa Multi-Specialty Dental Hospital. I came to know about Dr. Sujit sir course through Facebook ad. But with lots of hesitation, I joined in the course. But after joining into the course, I came to know the real beauty of dentistry. Believe me, it says lots of learnings in this course. For example, the valuation, the patient consultation formula, how to manage the staff, everything is clearly shown in this course. Before joining into the course, I have lots of hesitation whether to buy the OPG or not. Even my friends discouraged for this. But after joining into the course, I got lots of confidence. With that confidence, I bought OPG, that's of 8 lakhs, and I recovered all the OPG amount just with one single case. I got the maximum benefited through this course. Guys, please jump into the course. This is the best for dentistry. Thank you, Sujit sir. Thank you for everything.
Powerful, isn't it? So the course value of Practice Excel is 45,000 plus GST, and the last pillar of life, your family. It's a 2-day program, 1 weekend in the month of August 2026. So the dates of Family Excel in 26 are 22nd and 23rd of August. And so what all I cover in Family Excel? Okay, let me just go to the mind map and show you about the content. The relation with yourself, very, very powerful, very, very important, right? We talk about the etiquette. Friends, we are professionals, but nobody teaches us the grooming etiquette, personal etiquette, business etiquette, table manners. Like, we are professionals, but nobody teaches how to do a professional handshake, how to exchange the visiting card. You go to different conferences, courses, family tours, abroad, international tours, and you don't know how to use that fork knife. Why this small plate is for, what is that big plate is for, what is that round spoon is for. So we need to learn all these things. Unfortunately, nobody has taught us. So relation, to better yourself, stress management, mindfulness, being happy, being human. So these are the topics that, oh, thank you, Hitesh. Then how to have very good relations with your parents, okay? Because at the end of the day, we all are existing only because of them. So no matter who they are, there will always be a generation gap, but still how to do that. Then how to have extremely good relations. There's a very powerful session on husband wife relationship. There's a very, very powerful session on effective parenting. And then relation with the future. What is wheel of life? How to use wheel of life to constantly grow in life. Importance of upgrading yourself and burning your boats. Guys, look at LifeXL. Okay, it will just blow your mind to the next level. It's such a powerful thing, such a powerful thing कि आपको मैं क्या बताऊँ. Okay, so before I and it just doesn't, it's not getting over here. Listen to this.
Very quick. So when I joined, firstly, I had no agenda in mind, like practice grow करना है, पैसे कमाने हैं. I was just going through something, and I knew I needed to change something. So they say, no, what is meant for you will find you. I feel like LifeXL has found me, and I don't know, it's like I have found you at the right time, at the right place. So there has been a lot of changes. I've already told you what those changes are. But one thing that I have to tell you, sir, is that anytime anybody would ask me, my friends, what is the course about? So I would tell them, now we are learning about law of attraction. Then after some time, I would tell them we are learning about finance. Then I would tell them I'm learning about family. So they will be, इतना सारा एक course में तुम साथ में कैसे सीख रहे हो, So you have covered so many things, so much of value you have added to our lives, and that too with so much of warmth, sir. So really, really, thanks a lot. Thank you for changing our lives, our family lives. And like he said also, we are not going to leave you. We're going to keep coming back every year and trouble you.
Okay, so this is how the experiences of people are. The course value is 45,000 plus GST. So the entire course value for LifeXL is 1,80,000 plus GST, and it doesn't stop here. We conduct one mastermind online Zoom session every month for 10 months in LifeXL, so that whatever you learn in Practice Excel, you should be able to implement that follow-up system. Okay, whatever you learn in Wealth Excel, you should be able to implement. If you have any queries, they should be solved. Whatever you learn in Practice Excel. So every mastermind is valued at 2,000 rupees. So the 20,000, the Life Excel course value is 2 lakh rupees plus GST. It doesn't stop here. Okay, there is something called as, I told you about monthly mastermind. Then there is something called as lifetime membership, because there is so much in Life Excel that you will need multiple years to learn. Isn't it? Then you get very, very professional handbook for personal Excel, Wealth Excel, Practice Excel, and Family Excel. There will be guest speakers from time to time who will keep on adding value. And there is a wonderful coaching hierarchy that we have created. When you become a Life Excelite, there is something called as buddy system in Life Excel. Okay, so everybody will have a buddy, so that you can gain maximum output, maximum benefit from Life Excel. So everybody will have a buddy. Okay, then everybody will be divided into teams. So there are 5 teams in Life Excel: South India, North India, Mumbai, rest of Maharashtra, and Gujarat. So there will be teams which will, and there are team meetings. Weekly team meetings, fortnightly team meetings, monthly team meetings, online, offline team meetings at least once or twice a year. Then there are team leaders who will lead the teams. So you will have team leaders to help you. You will have your team members so that you can get maximum from Life Excel. All the team leaders are Life Excel alumni. To guide those team leaders, there are super leaders. So we have 6 super leaders who are absolute fantastic people, selfless people, and they will help you to gain maximum from Life Excel. They will help you to implement Life Excel. They will guide and motivate you to implement Life Excel. And then you have our Reena ma'am, my better half, to coordinate and facilitate everything. And then you have me. So this wonderful hierarchy, you, your buddy, your team leaders, your super leaders, your facilitator, and your mentor. You will get so much from this. You can't even imagine how and why people are doing all this for, you and for each other. So it's a wonderful system that we have created. Okay, and Just a minute. Yeah, I'll just share the screen again. And let me tell you something interesting. All these things are going to be absolute free. Yes, the monthly masterminds will be free. Once a LifeXLite, always a LifeXLite. You can come back to LifeXL every year and attend it free of cost, literally. Can you believe this? No course, no mentor in the world will give you this access. Like if you want to, like revise Wealth Excel, come back to Wealth Excel again. We have people who have attended Life Excel 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Powerful, isn't it? Friends, and the webinar special offer that I'm going to give you, but okay, for just 10 minutes. And before I give that, let me give you another good news. The entire Life Excel is going to be online. You don't have to travel anywhere, no flights, no bus, no train, no expenses, no hotels, accommodation. You can attend Life Excel 9 to 6 every day, whenever Life Excel happens, by sitting at your home in your clinic. So the Life Excel course fees is not 196, not 2 lakhs, but the very special offer to jump into Life Excel 2025-26 for the next 10 minutes is just 1,29,000 plus GST. Okay, so it's an absolute mind-blowing thing, and the best thing is you don't have to pay everything now. You just have to pay 9,000 plus GST now, and remaining 1,20,000 plus GST in 4 simple monthly installments. 15 November, 15 December, 15 Jan, and 15 Feb, 30,000 plus GST. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I will just share the payment link with you of 9,000 plus GST. Okay, so here is the payment link. I'll give you 10 minutes to jump into Life Excel. Okay, so here is the payment link. I'm going to actually disable the chat so that whatever questions you have, okay, whatever questions you have, you can put those questions in the Q&A section. I'll be glad to answer them. And I want all of you to jump in. Just click on this link, fill that form, your name, your email ID, mobile number. It's a Razorpay payment link. Just go to the payment page, and you can create your UPI code. You can pay by any of the UPI, e-wallet, net banking, debit, credit card, whatever. Okay. And once you make the payment, please be here. Okay. I'll just first start the countdown timer. You have 10 minutes to make this payment. Okay. You have 10 minutes to make the payment. Make this payment, be here. I would personally like to welcome you in our community. And if you have any questions, you can put those questions in the chat. Okay. Guys, Life Excel happens only once in a year. Don't miss this. Don't wait for the next year. Don't wait for the next year, because 365 days is a big time. Let me tell you, the world is changing very, very fast. There is look at the number of wars we are seeing, or we have seen in the last 4, 5, 10 years. I'm sure all of you have never saw those number of wars in the last 30, 40 years. Okay, look at the financial instability the world is going through. Okay, look at so many, global financial changes, or the changes that are happening in global financial system. The cryptocurrency, gold, silver अचानक डबल हो रहा है. कभी देखा था ये सब? Stock market भी भाग रहा है, gold, silver भी भाग रहा है. Normally they are opposite. It's when the stock market goes down, the gold, silver goes up. But something weird is happening, and let me tell you, there is a lot weird that is happening. We all can financially be wiped off in one day. You need to learn about all this. I'm genuinely telling you. Okay, I'm genuinely telling you. So by the time you make the payment, I'll just answer a few questions. Maitri says, what if due to some prior commitment, if we miss a day? I'll tell you, Maitri, this can happen, but even if you miss a day out of these 13 days, think about how will you implement 12 days. That's more than enough. And then you're not going to miss anything. We have the WhatsApp group. You have the buddy. You have the team meetings. You have team leaders. You have super leaders. You have monthly masterminds. You will not miss anything. Don't worry. Is there an option to attend only Practice Excel? 100%. You can attend Practice Excel. As I told you, Practice Excel is 45,000 plus GST. Okay, so if you attend Practice Excel, Wealth Excel, it's like if you attend the entire Life Excel, you actually land up paying only for 2.5 courses and you get 4 courses. Rest is a choice. So Practice Excel will happen in the month of May. If you want to attend only Practice Excel, you can just connect with us somewhere in the month of April or something. Will the recordings of the sessions will be available? No, simply because LifeXL is always live. I have never ever recorded LifeXL even for myself, because I literally conduct LifeXL and on the go. It's such a live, it's such a real thing, it's such an authentic, pure thing. Ki, trust me, I don't have words to express. And I'm not saying all this to get that to one more participants. Every year, like we had like some 314 people in Wealth Excel last year. We had 296 people in Practice Excel. We had 268 people in Personal Excel. And we had some 272 people in Family Excel. So for me, it's an ongoing thing. This is the 10th year of Life Excel. And I keep on doing this, and I keep on actually. Timing of the sessions will always be 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, all days, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So guys, I'm just opening the chat here. Those of you who have made payments, just put your names in the chat. I would personally like to welcome you, in this wonderful life transforming journey called Life Excel. So those of you who have made the payments, put your names. Meanwhile, I'll answer. Lina says, can I get your secretary's number? Long back, I have paid, but I don't remember which course, blah, blah. So Lina, don't worry. Just shoot an email to connect@sujitpardeshi.com. Okay. And you will get support within less than, within 24 hours. Don't worry. Like, by tomorrow evening, you will get all the details where you are, and you will get the login details, your credentials, and whatever. Okay. I want to do it offline. Does any such condition? Swati, offline course as of now is not there. LifeXL is online. And if you want to jump in, you can just jump in. Come on, guys. Okay. And so, yeah, Irfan has paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Irfan. Then who else? Dr. I'll just go to the Razor Pay. Give me a minute. Yeah, by the time it loads, I'll just share something with you. Yeah, there is a, very nice quote actually that I've read. See, when you are born, you look like your parents. But when you die, you look like your decisions. Life is all about taking the right decisions at the right time. Okay? Life is all about taking the right decisions at the right time. So, guys, just take your right decisions. How much time is left? So last Sunday I conducted this webinar. We already have a triple digit participants enrolled in the LifeXL. It's four minutes left. Please share again the package details, installments. Yeah, Dr. Harsha, just a moment. Just a moment. Give me. I'll just share the. Okay. You want the installments, right? Yeah. So these are the payment schedule. Just click or take a screenshot, right? And I'll share the details. You can just okay. You can connect on 9225492488 with Reena ma'am, or write an email to connect, and we'll get back to you if you want more details about LifeXL. Okay, so just take a screenshot of this, and you can connect on WhatsApp and so on. Okay, so guys, 3 minutes left. So before we close, let me yeah, 2.5 minutes left. Okay, Meanwhile, Dr. Aslam has paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Aslam. Congratulations and welcome to this wonderful, mind-blowing journey called LifeXL. I'll tell you, Dr. Mamta Yadav has paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Mamta Yadav. Welcome on board, Dr. Mohammad Aslam. Welcome on board, Dr. Maitri Shailesh. Guys, I'll tell you, congratulations for taking the decision. I always say this. I'm not able to pay. Hitesh says, Hitesh, there is no reason actually. Just click on the link, okay? And you can pay by any medium. See, if your payment is failing, what you should do is you change the payment medium. Like if your UPI payment is failing, just try to make the payment by net banking or credit card or debit card. You change the payment medium. So it's always a problem in your system rather than anything from Razorpay front. Okay, so you just need to change the payment medium, and I think you should be okay, able to pay. Let me just see how your payment failed or what reason it is giving for the payment failure. Dr. Harshad Vagas, I think your payment, I don't know if gone through or failed. A few more of you have paid. Put your names in the chat. Come on, Dr. Priyanka, you have paid. Okay, I'll just share. Yeah, Dr. Jax, who is this? Your payment has failed 3-4 times. Just a minute. What reason Razorpay is showing? Okay, the payment could not be completed due to incorrect OTP or verification detail. That is one of the reason. Like your payment failed 4 times. Huh? So maybe you just need to correct that. That's it. Okay. So guys, last 1.5 minutes left. I'll tell you. Yeah, Dr. Priyanka paid. Cool. Okay. Yes, Irfan, your payment is received. In fact, your sister, Dr. Masrat, is a very, very old participant. She has been part of this community for so many years and done all the courses actually. Okay. So good to have you as a pharmacist also. Like we have had pharmacists in the past, we have had physiotherapists, Ayurvedic practitioner, everybody. Yeah, Maitri, welcome on board. Guys, those of you who have made the payment, let me tell you something. Congratulations, a big congratulations. You have no idea what you have enrolled for. LifeXL is not just going to be a course. It will blow your mind. It will be way, way beyond that what you can even think of. Get ready for that wonderful, exciting journey. Okay. Rajay Barshankar has paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Rajay. Congratulations for taking the decision. Yes, as they always say, when you are born, you look like your parents. When you die, you look like your decisions. Okay. So, how much time is left? Just less than 1.5 minutes. Guys, I'll tell you, there are around 45 people here who have not yet paid. Guys, I'll tell you something very interesting. You are here almost for like 100 minutes and you are still not paid. You know why? Because your mind is not allowing you to take the decision. Always remember, decision making is always considered as one of the most difficult things in life. And it's always considered as one of the wonders of life, 8th wonder of the world. But if you take the right decision at a right time, your life can change like anything. It's always said, decision makers are money makers. It's your time to take the decision. I always say this, all of us have 2 of us within us. One of us, your mind wants to grow, wants to take you to the next level. The other says, नहीं, इससे कुछ नहीं होगा. ऐसा लेक्चर और कोर्स करने से होता है क्या? ऑनलाइन से थोड़ी होगा, ऑफलाइन होता तो हो जाता. Guys, I'm conducting LifeXL online since last 6 years now, 5 years since COVID. And this is the 6th year. It has still been the same impactful thing for people. Okay. So all of us have 2 of us within us. Every day, one of us wins. Even today, one of you will win. So whether your higher self or your monkey mind or lower self, choice is yours. The time is up. The link will be valid for next 5-10 minutes. Okay. If you want to jump in, one last time, I'll share the link with you. Okay. Or I'll leave you with these 5 questions. If not you, then who? You are here for almost 100 minutes. If not now, then when will you register? One thing you learn in LifeXL and you save a lot of financial mistakes. and grow money. You make lakhs, millions, and crores of rupees. Guys, we have simple dentists whose equity stock market portfolio is 3, 5, 10 crore rupees now. क्या बताऊं मैं आपको? Okay, I have seen absolute mind-blowing results. People's practices have gone up 5 times, 10 times, 12 times. Even a pediatrician, not just dentist. Okay, so if not you, then who? If not here, then where else you will get so much at this price? You go in the outside world, personal management space, and just find out the charges of the similar courses, and you will go crazy. You will not get all this for less than at least 7-8 lakh rupees. Okay, so it's a passion. I do it because this is not my full-time thing. Okay, I have my 2,000 square feet practice. Apart from that, I have 20 franchises of LifeXL. This too, I have reduced a lot now. And I do it because I like to teach. I like to make difference in people's life. The rest is your choice. So those of you who have enrolled, don't worry, our team will get back to you for the further action. And congratulations, welcome on board. And get ready, get excited for a wonderful transformation and the new year 2026. We will ensure that 2026 becomes the best year of your life. Okay. All the best. God bless. And thank you so much for being here, one and all. I'll see you next time. Thank you.